The great thing about the European movement, which Stephen has just spoken about, is that we're a cross-party grouping. The party I lead is totally committed to fighting Brexit, but there are many Conservatives doing the same. They're under a lot of pressure. We want to encourage them and we want to work with them. There are a lot of Labour people too who are not marching with momentum at the other end of the town, but are here with us because they realise that this issue is absolutely fundamental to the future of working people in Britain. And meanwhile, in a hotel in Manchester, there's a civil war going on. We've got Theresa May, Boris Johnson, I'm not sure who's the hostage of whom, but they are fundamentally divided, disunited, disorganised, and this is supposed to be the government that's negotiating for Britain, and it is a mess. And unfortunately, the negotiations are going to lead to a mess. But we've got to be very clear what we want, what the priorities are. We've got to protect the interests of the 3 million Europeans living here. Alongside the British people living in Europe. They have to have stability, they've got to have security, and it's got to be given now, not as some negotiating, hostage-taking process. We want an absolute commitment to stay within the single market, the customs union, that are fundamental to our prosperity. There are many, many factories in Lancashire whose supply chains depend absolutely critically on this being preserved. And last but not least, and Stephen finished his comments a few minutes ago, when we get to the end of the negotiations, when we know what the government's got or not got, the public, you, should have the right to decide, do you want to press on with what they're doing, or do you want an exit from Brexit? So this isn't the end. We've got to keep fighting. I believe at the end of the day, our convictions, our reason will prevail, and this nonsense will stop. But thank you for coming. Let's keep fighting. Thank you.